Verhältnis haben. Unser Tor, unser Boden, unsere Wand. Bleibt sauber. Stürmer, dynamisch, aufmerksam, gehen in die Lücken, bieten sich an, halten das Spiel am Laufen. Alle gemeinsam. Wenn die Situation kommt, die günstig ist, gehen wir da rein, knallen wir da rein und hauen in den Ball. Soll das alles umsonst gewesen sein?
Nein!
Packen wir den Stier an den Hörnern und ziehen ihn an den Nasenring durchs Becken?
Ja!
Wo kommt ihr her?
Österreich!
Bis eben hatte ich noch einen Plan.
Okay. Ja, teamet igjen. I'm just gonna start saying something anyway. We are exhausted on the commentary bench after the last match. We will come back to you soon. It's Spain against Austria. It's a match to find out who's gonna be. Let's see who's gonna be. It's about for the 5th to 8th place. And I see that these two teams, they lost their last matches, so I'm guessing this is the 7th and 8th place they're fighting for. So we will start 1:30 in 7 minutes. So we still got time to go to the toilet or get something to drink or snacks before the game starts. Har den vært på hele tiden? Okay. Then we're back. Starting any second now.
Just 4 players? Just 10 players?
The referee is checking how many players there are in each team before we start.
Blue team ready? White team ready?
Then we're off. There we go. We start with the scrum. I have seen the Austria team play once, but and this is probably we will see a little bit slower game than we saw last match, but it looks like Spain are hungry for a goal. So this match is about getting the 7th and the 8th place on the women's side. So Austrian possession of the ball. They position themselves good for each other, but Austria is a little bit lonely in the attack. We have 2 against 3, 4, and you need more people to make it make an opportunity to score. 3 against 1 again. Hi, Davrel. Welcome to the table.
Blue free throw. Pushing a player without the ball.
Blue free throw.
All right. Now?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's Austria against Spain. They're competing for the 7th and the 8th place.
It's still 0-0.
Yeah, they just played for 2.5 minutes. So, and there've been not many big goal changes yet.
And it probably looks very slow after the last match you saw.
Yeah, it's. I told them it's going to be a little bit slower game than the other one. But you see, the Spain have more people in the attack when they go in than the Austria team. So for now, it might be. That's very good of the defending team there.
She got her hand on the ball.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm Davril Tien, and Amanda Barsten is still here, but she's getting a fuel injection, and we'll be back in just a second. So this is a big match for both of these teams because the competition is approaching the close, and they're playing for their final placement match. I don't know if is there one after this or not, but this is where the teams are meeting opponents who are at close to the same level, and they have to apply things they've learned in the championship to sharpen their game. And the Austrians have struggled because they have lost several players to illness, COVID, or injury, so they didn't come along. And that's always a challenge, of course, that you're counting on somebody who you consider to be a key teammate, either in terms of the way they play or the social cohesion of the team, and they're not here. You have to find some way to make up for it. And the Spanish women, I think they play quite well logically. They have their tactics worked out and their strategy, but they're not very large, so they can't just go in and shove the opponent out of the way with one arm and just swim over them. They don't have that option, really. They have to put something together with teamwork. And if you're going to score goals with teamwork, you've got to screen out the opponent and find an opening. So, but right now it's the Austrians who have the ball, and they're the ones moving around the goal, but haven't created, as far as I can see, any really significant scoring threats. Keep him away from the basket, pretty much. You can't put the ball in from 7 or 3 or 4 meters out. Now we've got a little bit of tougher forechecking away from the basket. They ripped the ball away. So
I want to correct myself, because we have these fine commentators in the chat. This is semi-finals. The game for the places 7 and 8 is tomorrow.
yes,
So this is
So
the,
there's one-
this is the last of the semi-finals.
this is the last. So they have one more placement game after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like.
But by this point, you can't change the direction. I mean, you're talking about a difference of up or down.
Yeah,
a play.
the 4 top teams we already know, probably. The 2 matches after this will decide who's going to play gold final in the women's side and the bronze final in the women's side.
So who's going to commentate for Sweden versus Norway? Is that right?
No, it's that's true. It's Sweden against Norway, and then it's Germany against Finland. And I will be at both of those games.
Okay.
I think one with you and one with Mattis.
All right. Be exciting.
But yes, so but still, this is like all the matches now. The result is important for which place they're gonna get. So each match now counts for the ranking.
And so one of the challenges is disappointment. If you lose a match that's important and you don't end up in the place that you had hoped to be, do you come back well in the final match that you have?
Right, Spain has an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
It looks
opportunity.
Yeah, it looks like very level teams, these two. But it hasn't been any like big goal chances of either of the teams yet. I only think that maybe Spain has more players when they go in trying to score. So if they keep going, doing that, they might have the better chance of getting a goal.
But there is an,
Oi, 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 oi,
Oh,
oi,
here it
big
is.
opportunity. You saw even the ball next to the edge of the goal there.
You seem to read that really well, Amanda. You said they were going to do it, and they did. And again.
It's like I said earlier, it's a numbers game. If you constantly are the same amount or more people than the team that are defending the goal, you will in the end score. And the Spanish team is also great at they play in the middle of the pool, and that is a lot less exhausting if you win back the ball before you're going all the way back to your own defense. Then it's less swimming, and it's harder for the defending team to always stay back and have to focus on defending more than attacking.
So forecheck immediately.
Yeah.
And now Spain is on the move.
You see the Austria team there, they go down for the forecheck, but they are 4 people on the same dive, and that's not so smart. You should have
one-on-one.
Yeah, you should have one person on each opponent that swims over.
She did a great job there, but what I missed was a sharp pass. Her pass, she just dropped it.
She had go closer to the goalie and then not scoring herself, rather giving the ball down for the next person to score. There would be a better chance of scoring than what she did now.
Right, but with some pace, that the pass has got to be... Notice that about the Norwegian men, that they pass the ball really fast, even when they're passing close by each other. They turned around immediately and went for the player who got that pass, so she's locked up a little.
Yeah, and it hasn't been any free throws, so looks like they play a fair game. And the difference between like this kind of match and the last one is that when you have lesser free throws and goals, the matches seem to go quicker, because we stop the time every time the judge rings the bell.
Well, Laura Nito did a lot of work, but in the end she lost the ball. But as you said, they need to forecheck immediately, and they're trying to do that.
Yeah, but now she's alone with 2 people, and it's difficult to do the forecheck in the Spanish team. So, but that's very good work. Now the 3 against 2 there, and but it's a well fought for the Australian player there. She fought off 3 Spanish players.
She took them out of the action. Oh. Now Spain on the bottom. She's got 1 Austrian blocking her way. Now they come over. Is number 3 is at Puyo.
So if they doesn't get any goals in the 2 halves of the original game plan, they're gonna have a sudden death. Then they have 15 minutes first goal wins, and if that doesn't work, they will do the penalty shots.
And you like penalty shootouts?
Yeah, I do, but I like them better in games, because that doesn't mean that because it's a 2 times 15 minutes is a long match to play rugby, because it's so explosive, and if you have to do the sudden death and then again the penalties, you have a lot of tired players and commentaries.
There was,
and I think like a penalty shootout, I think that's like terrifying and exciting at the same time, and it's not the fairest way of finding out who's the best team.
No,
but it's better than flipping a coin.
It's not flipping a coin. It's something. Yeah.
Now we have our first free throw. Looks like the Spanish got it. I don't know.
I don't think a free throw will change very much here.
Also,
timeout. I don't know. It didn't came clear to me why they had the free throw. Probably holding or something. But then the Spain used the advantage of taking out their timeout. Probably they want to discuss how they can attack, because now they have the opportunity to start in the middle of the pool and then have a plan for their attack. And so maybe we will see our first goal.
With so little time left in the first half here, they have done the right thing really by taking the time out to put together a set play of some sort. And you see the coach there.
I'm sorry, I see Lisa corrects me again. I think after the last match, I'm kind of like I feel like I've been on a training or something, because I'm when it's very exciting, and it's probably same for you guys watching these games at home. You get more nervous than probably the players in the water. So when the game is over, you what we call kaput.
Timeout, white.
It's like all the energy is out of you. That's why I needed to eat something afterwards the last match.
Yeah. We sent Mattis out to the hospital to get. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very exciting,
and probably it's for the ones rooting for Austria and Spain as well, that they want them to win this game, and it's for the one who has played and don't play now. It's much better to actually playing a game that is important to win than watching the game, because you can't do anything when you're watching. Just be nervous for them.
This timeout seems to have taken longer than it should have.
I think it was a long timeout, yeah.
You don't? Oh.
Yeah, I agree. I see that the referees are talking, so maybe they wanted to clear out something. And it looked calm on the Austria side. The coach was probably going through what they already know about roles and keep going, because they've been doing a lot of good work, but they need to be more aggressive in attack if they want to score a goal. So
well, both teams had a chance to talk it over.
It's exciting. Yeah. Let's see what the Spanish team going to try to do now. Yeah, they're probably going to have some kind of plan now.
But whatever play they had didn't work.
Oh, they
lost the ball already. Yeah.
But it's kind of usually you could have an advantage of taking a timeout before you attack, because then you can talk to each other before you do it. But on the other side, you give also the defending team an advantage, because they can breathe up and be prepared for what's coming. So
yeah.
It doesn't work.
Came up with the ball there. Yeah.
Somebody's loosened the snorkel.
1 minute.
Caroline Wilbebock.
Oh, they took 2 timeouts. That's why it was so long.
Oh, okay.
I'm very grateful for the comments here now. Lisa is watching all over.
Check it out, Amanda. 1-on-1 space around the goal. Now can they use it?
It's a little speed up.
They had a chance there.
Come on. You see they have one girl underneath the scrum there. She went up, but it's a smart move when you're in a scrum that you have one person on the same time being underneath, so you can deliver the ball under the scrum.
Absolutely.
It's most effective.
That's the end of the first half.
End of the first half. It felt really quick. But now you saw that the speed on the Spanish team was a little bit turned up, it felt.
How so? There?
And I was more aggressively in attack.
Yes.
So, and they know they have to score both teams, so that would be the keynote for the pep talk in this break, to talk about how to score. Because both teams need to score.
Have trouble doing that, yeah. We're going to be honest with the analysis. They don't have well functioning, effective scoring methods here, because they're not getting into the goal and creating chaos very often.
And the Spanish team have done it sometimes.
A little bit more.
Yeah, the Austria team, there are too few people when they're going in, so they're easy for the Spanish attackers to stop them because they only won, and then you don't have anyone to deliver to, so you end up scrumming. But it looks like the Spanish team has more opportunities when they go in trying to score. But while it's a break, you can talk, Gabriel. I'm just going to eat some more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking here at the day's schedule, or I'll look at the live chat here. What are people saying? Yes. Just a couple of fans cheering Spain on. So all right. I didn't see any questions there, but we have had some criticism to say that we don't talk about some of the teams as much as the others. And there are two factors that come into that I can think of offhand right away. One is if you're not as familiar with the players because you don't see them very often playing, it's harder to identify them. You don't have them in your head. And then the other factor is the jerseys. There are a couple of uniforms here which are very difficult to figure out because the numbers. The Danish uniforms, they're black and they have numbers in red. And the color red underwater, it just disappears and becomes brown. So the numbers are very indistinct on the Danish uniforms. It's hard to recognize the players by their numbers. The other one is the Swedish numbers are a little bit abstract. They're not straight lines. They're more artistic, and that makes them hard to read underwater. So that's what I have to say in our defense in this matter. But for sure, we could learn more about the teams, and it's interesting that if you have a TV broadcast, you could have a research team that would come to you and bring a whole bunch of notes and say, this is what you need to know about this team and that player and so on. But we pretty much have to do that on the fly here. So if we don't get the information, then it's harder for us to come up with inside knowledgeable information. Of course, we do have social media that we can go and check. And if you know something interesting about Garrett, put it into the live chat. We're going to start the second half.
1 minute.
Yeah, I just want to say that even though it's hard to see the numbers on the, sometimes hard to see the numbers, all the equipment that the players use are checked by the referees before, so it's allowed. So I know that I don't know if it's a rule now to use these vests to show the big numbers. I
think you do. I think you have to.
Yeah, and if it's a rule, you have to get what's a approval. I forgot the English word. I have to ask.
White team ready?
But the thing is that all these teams have an approval from the referee. So even though it's hard sometimes to see the numbers, it's approved to use them.
Spain was first to the ball, and
it's important to know.
Yes, and also the caps, sometimes the straps for the masks cover up the numbers.
But still it's approved. Because the referee have the opportunity to say it's not good enough and then say they have to use another cap. So I think it's more what we see on the screen more than for the referees that are in the water.
Yeah. Oh, Spain.
A big chance.
That was good there.
It would surprise me
if... That was number 6. That is Alde Pero Mestres.
It would surprise me if Austria is the one that scores first, because it looks like the Spanish team has a lot more going when they're in attack.
Do you think if Spain scored a goal that Austria would catch fire?
If what?
If Spain scored a first goal, would Austria become more aggressive and try to score?
They should, because they know that if they lose, they lose. And probably both teams want to get the best position and the best place as they can. So it would be strange if they didn't turn up the game if they had a goal against them.
Yeah. So but they could turn up their tempo even now and take more risk going in if they get the ball back. We'll see the next time Austria gets the ball and gets over to the other side. But so far, Spain has got 4 players coming in all at once. That was good.
Yeah, we have a historian about the Austria team actually on the chat here, it seems like. So now we have the opportunity to get to know them a little bit better.
Oh!
Big chance.
Very good. And now it's number 6. Mestres. She's pushing.
There you go.
A big scrum.
So now
they held on to it, got it
Austria
back.
needs to fight back if they don't want a goal against them. It looks like the Spanish team really don't want to have to end up in a sudden death. They would like to decide this before the final match is over. Yes, I see that one of the players, or 2 of the 3, 4, 5 of the players, Austria team has been to the European Championship earlier. Doesn't stand which year.
Another player coming around.
That's a shoulder in the basket.
Oh, score!
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Spain has broken through.
Yeah, it was in the cards really, because they've been in the attack for so long, and I think if
player number 83.
Player number 83.
That's Rodriguez.
So if it wasn't a goal there, it would be a penalty.
Yeah.
It would surprise me if that wasn't a penalty, because you saw not only the shoulder but the top of her back inside the bucket. So well deserved from Spain, and also it was kind of what it looked like it gonna end up to be as well, because they've been the most effective team in the attack, and they have more players when they go down trying to score goals.
Now they have to protect their lead, and
but
now look at Austria's playing harder, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah, I should have done it from the first time, but still it's difficult.
Now they're going right in.
The thing is that the first 3 minutes of this halftime, Spain have had the position of the ball almost all the time in the attack, so it's difficult for the Austria team to be the aggressive attack part when they don't have the possession of the ball.
So it starts with regaining possession.
Yes.
Now they've got it. They've got it back.
Yeah.
Number 12.
They need someone to
Weiss.
dive for her. There's too many people in the surface.
So let's see now. Can Austria put together another good attack? I like the first one.
So in 2007 was the first European Championship for the Austria women. So that they are kind of new in the game. Spain, I know they've been to. Spain is like an old nation on underwater rugby. I remember playing against them many times in my career.
At Champions Cup, you played against the.
Yeah, I played against them on the World Champions Cup, World Championship, and European Championship as well. And also I played against the Spanish national team once at Barcelona Cup. That was fun.
Spain coming again from above. Number 3, that's Pueo.
Yeah, but I see that they're more aggressively in the defense as well, the Austria team. It's important now that they still hold a solid defense.
Passes over.
Even though they try to be more aggressive to the Spanish players that go in to try to score.
Good.
If you see there as well, the goalie on the Austria team, she is, has her shoulder in the bucket there. So if the Spanish player went in there, tried to lifting the goalie,
she'd get a penalty shot.
It would be a penalty. But as long as the one with the ball doesn't touch the goalie that has her shoulder in the bucket, it doesn't. It isn't seen as.
The referees are not going to give you a penalty shot until
if you don't touch the person that actually does it. So if you see the goalie now on the Austria team, she should change her technique because same as the other one, you see the shoulders and the back, and even though you don't do it on purpose, it's not easy for the referees to know if you do it on purpose or not. So they're probably gonna just give you the opposite team a penalty.
Yeah, sometimes they don't call the first time they see it. They say maybe, I don't know.
So that's a training thing. And again, women are smaller than men, so it's. I've been trying to be a goalie sometimes at some matches, not on the national team, just in club, and some of the buckets are really big, so it's very difficult to actually don't sink in the bucket.
Yes.
So and it didn't look like they did it on purpose.
No.
And that's correct, Ulrik. That when one team is attacking and they see the defending team might have their shoulder in the basket, they lift up a hand to show they've seen it, but they won't stop the game because they want to give the attacking team the advantage of trying to score anyway, and if they don't and lose the ball, then they stop the game and give the penalty.
Yes, the so-called advantage rule.
But again, it's if the attacking team doesn't touch the goalie who has her shoulder in the basket, you can't give them a penalty because then it hasn't been a chance for a goal.
So Austria's having a lot of trouble passing the ball, and then they get tied up in these scrums. They've got a player under the scrum, and she gets the ball. That was the right thing to happen. That was Elizabeth Weiss.
Yeah, you see now that they don't have the same team play when they are in attack. The Austria team, they're more alone when they go down, and then it's difficult to start something that can actually give them an advantage to score. And I think that's the biggest difference between Spain and Austria now, that you see that Spain is a lot more synced when they're in attack trying to score, while the Austria team is...
But now an Austrian player is down. That's number 9.
Yeah, see if they can manage to use her. I would like someone on the opposite side of the bucket as well.
Yeah.
Because the one that was laying with her stomach into the goal there, she can't score. She was just going to be a block, so she can deliver the ball on each side of the goal.
Well, if she knows the Swedish technique, like Bergen Holtz does.
Yeah, the shrimp or reka, it's a lot of names on that one.
Yes.
But that's a difficult move. In Norway we usually use it as a block, and then we have people coming on both sides, and then in the middle you can deliver the ball to the one who has the best position. We call it a Henriksperre. It's because it was a guy in Norway for many years ago that started doing it. Same there, you can see that one of the Spanish goalies also has her shoulder in the bucket, but it doesn't matter when the game is in the middle of the pool.
The ball's all the way down to the bottom, picked up by Spain. She goes straight up to get air and to see if they can put together an attack. They dive, and it's number 20, Castell again.
Yeah, and Lisa says that a lot of the players on the Austria team has played over 10 years. So they're probably the one who kind of drives the team. But when you are in this level, you can't just have half the team that is experienced. You need to have everyone experienced to get to the next level if they want to try to get to compete with the harder teams and get a better position.
COVID has stopped a lot of development for underwater rugby, so this is the first big
Yeah,
one.
and it's been quite differently between different countries, I've heard. Some of like Denmark, they have lost their junior team because of COVID, because they didn't have any opportunity to train. But in Norway, we had the possibility to train throughout the whole coronavirus thing.
That's good.
So I think it's for Germany as well. They had some really big difficulties, but to train. So I think you can see some results of that on this championship. That some teams have suffered much more than others in the opportunity they've had to train while it's been closed down most of the communities. But there you go again, Spain, but they need more people. Now you see the attackers on the Austria team is working well. Attacking the one with the ball every time they even come near. So that's really good work.
Yeah.
But they need someone to help the one that, because they win the ball and they doesn't have anyone to deliver the ball to. And then it's difficult to take the ball all the way on the other side.
Yeah, once you steal a ball, your teammates got to see that and dive
and
in
then
front
swim
of you.
for you, and so you have the opportunity to deliver the ball.
But Austria has the clock ticking against them now, really.
Yeah,
only got to feel a little bit pessimistic.
Only 2 minutes left, so to look how the game is looking, it seems like Spain has a very good control over the game now. If not, I think Austria needs Spain to do a big mistake if it's gonna change in the next 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Denise Schmutz went in there.
So learning points from Austria is to no, we have
White free throw.
White free throw for choking. Yeah, you saw that in the scrum there, and it's easy when you...
Timeout called by Spain.
Yes, it's easy when... too late, yeah. The Spain tried...
I don't hear it.
The Spain tried to take a timeout, but the referee on land, he started the game, he didn't hear them saying it. And he can't stop the game again when he started it.
But Spain has got the ball, and they can kill off the rest of the game if they can just hold on to it. So, Amanda, they shouldn't try to score now. They should just...
keep the possession of the ball. Or opportunities like that you could. But, yeah... Yeah, maybe the smarter thing would be just to have the possession of the ball instead of risking of losing it and then have to swim back and retrieve it again.
1 minute.
Well, it's just 1 minute left.
Less than 60 seconds left now. What? 52. And the clock is going to probably tick out.
Yeah, I tried to say the learning points for Austria team is that they need to. That the team players needs to be more available for each other when they actually win the ball, because they win the ball a lot. But when they win the ball, it's important to
White
dive
free
for
throw.
each other.
To
Have a
win.
white free throw.
Oh,
I think it was because
Blue
the ball
timeout. Blue
was
timeout.
outside.
Okay.
The ball was outside
timeout.
the playing area, and now Spain finally got
Blue
their
time.
timeout. I don't exactly know why they want their timeout 30 seconds before end of the game, and also they lead with 1 point.
well, why not take the timeout now just to make sure that they have their defense in place?
I don't know. Was some she was shouting something, and people were just. I think.
What?
Oh yeah, what I think she's trying to do that
white
a lot of
standing on
teams
the-
have like the 6 favorite players
Free
that
throw. White free throw.
always can start and end the game if it's close. So it looks like the
Stop
coach there wanted
Stop
the Spanish team's 6 best players, because they jumped into the water, and then they're probably gonna just play without exchanging
2 seconds.
rest of the game.
Yes.
So probably what she was trying to do when they had the free throw as well.
White free throw.
So a real challenge. There is
And
some
I
hope.
totally agree, Lisa. It's tough to play with just 10 players, but it's even tougher to play with 10 players if you don't dive for each other and you end up scrumming.
So Austria trying
So this
to.
is probably Austria's last chance of showing themselves and trying to get a goal. But Spain is a full team with 15 players, and they have just put their best players in the water now to save the win. And it looks like this match is gonna be 1-0 for Spain. Last attempt from Austria. Nothing to lose. Give it all. 5 people down there. Looks like they had a little opportunity there on the last one, because they died with 5 people down there
Yeah.
trying to do. But they should have done that earlier in the game. It's too late starting to do that 30 seconds left.
So,
But they look
jubilation.
happy. They look happy, the players on the Austria team. I think, and there wasn't a game with a lot of negative happenings or fighting or injuries. So I'm guessing Austria did their best, and Spain as well. And for me, it looks like Spain had the game from the start, really.
is there any particular player on the Spanish team you'd like to interview?
I asked the chat again.
In
Yeah,
chat?
I asked the chat again if they have any specific people we want to interview. If not, you can interview the captains if you want, Davren.
I'll go over and try and find a couple players.
We have, if you take Davrel number, Davrel. Yeah. I see that Lia, number 3 on Spain, she's a experienced player. Giovanna as well. Yeah, and thank you for the help in the chat, both Lisa and Ulrik. And Ulrik, are you the one that are at work every day and just sit at work and watching the streams all day long? Because I've been seeing you on the chat every day, every time I'm here. So I'm a little bit curious which team you're cheering for. I can try to see Duke of Dome if I can get Devil to talk to the captain, but I think it will be the captain. And And we usually try to interview the players, not the coaches. You have a Swedish surname, Ulrik, but I don't know. Are you sharing for Sweden? But next match will be Switzerland against Denmark females. And Denmark lost against Finland yesterday, so they're gonna fight for the 5th place. And I will take a break, so it will be Davrel and Mattis will take this match, and I will come back for the semifinals of the Norwegian women later, 3 o'clock. Ah, so you're more like you share for everyone then, Ulrik. Smart. But then probably you're going to share for Denmark in the final then.
Iris Castell will probably come over, but I don't know if the Austrians are going to do the interview. But
yeah, but we come back hopefully with some interviews if we get someone to talk to us. If not, we'll be back. Next match start 1:45, so that's about a half an hour. So then Ulrik, you have time to do some work at your job or scroll on other stuff on YouTube, and then we meet again 1:45. This one, and then I come for the Norwegian girls.
okay.
Let's see.
Vielleicht haben sie jetzt gar nicht gesehen, dass ich die gerade bekommen habe, dann tauchst du mal nach hinten und tust ganz unbeteiligt. Aber du tauchst immer mit bei an und suchst dann eine Anspielstation. Du bist ja dann eigentlich schon fast wieder am Auftauchen. Besser ist es, ihn von oben irgendwo abzuspielen, nochmal 2 Meter schwimmen und dann frisch mit rein. Ne? Und du machst dich schon allein durchs Abtauchen oder Abgeben schon, wird sie wieder ein paar Prozent machen. Ja, hab Mut, das zu machen. Aber ich bewege mich.
siger, det var 2 minutter.
we in the camera?
We have to look here
Yes.
in the camera. Okay. A ver.
Hello, Christina. So, post-match interview, you won a very tight game there. It was 0-0 for the longest time.
Yeah. The match has been so hard. We've been fighting all the game. At the same time, it was funny because there were passes, and finally we won the goal. So very, very happy.
And what was the plan going into this game? Were you trying to play defensively or to take risks around the basket?
Well, actually, we've been like training during the whole matches before with Norway, with the other teams. And at the beginning, we start like defensive. But after, when we have the goal, then we have to be very conservative with the ball. And yeah, trying to do our best. And Österreich was also a very good team at the same level, so very funny.
So important, fun match, and you have one more match coming up tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow we have another match. I don't know exactly the other team because they are going to play now. But well, we are so happy at this moment. This is my first European championship. I've been only playing this sport 3 years. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm the one who has passed the ball and put the ball in the basket. So for me, it's so happy.
You got the assist there.
Yeah, I was the assistant. The assistant.
What position do you play?
Sorry?
What position do you play?
I'm goalkeeper, and I passed to my defensive woman, Jova, and she put the ball in the basket.
How did you get started in the sport?
Sorry?
How did you get started playing underwater rugby 3 years ago?
3 years ago, I played for Leones of Pamplona in Spain, in the north of Spain. This team is very, very, very new, only 3 years, and I've been only 3 years playing. So, and we don't have swimming pools there. We only have like 2-meter swimming pool. So for us, it's very challenging being here. Okay. So very happy.
All right, and you're thinking about maybe, okay, you've got one match left here, but what about Montreal and the World Championships next year?
Oh, I don't know. It's like that's far away, but step by step.
And it's expensive too.
Yeah, it's expensive. Going to Canada, I think it's very expensive. But well, step by step, and little by little.
All right, thank you, and good luck with your next match.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Julia Bruneck here. Are we in the picture well? Good. Yeah. So that was a very tough match. It was no score for the longest time.
Yeah, tough. But I find it was one of the fairest matches that I've played in this tournament. So yeah, we came in here to make the ones that had to stay at home proud, and I think even though we didn't win, we did achieve that.
What prevented you from getting into the basket? Fatigue or?
I think it's a mix of fatigue and just we were only 10. So, yeah, it takes a toll. It takes a toll.
And you still have a match left tomorrow, and that will be, you're going to have a chance to eat a good meal, get some sleep?
Yeah, that's the plan. Eat a good meal, get some sleep, maybe take in a little bit of the sunshine. Yeah.
Well, that was a good match, and next time, hopefully the players who are missing, they'll be with you. And are you going to send a team to Montreal, do you think?
Oh, I sure hope so. On a personal note, I want to go because the first competition I was ever in the water for, not underwater rugby, when I was 11, was in that same pool. So I certainly want to go.
Well, okay. Well, good luck in preparations and good luck with your match tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.